What is Horeca?
HorecaStore.ae is the Middle East first and largest online marketplace. Now we have like 1 million visitors on our website.
It was really surprising to me to see you in Texas.
We are launching our biggest store in Texas, which is starting as soon as like in August.
Good afternoon, Noman.
Good afternoon, Hiba.
How are you doing today?
I'm very good. How are you doing?
I'm really so happy and I'm doing very well, especially that I am here today with the person behind Horeca. And for those who don't know what's Horeca, we will get to know that more in the coming segments. However, what got me here is the vibe that everyone is talking about, which is a story helping small businesses in the world and especially here in Dubai to grow. So before we dive deep into that, can you share with me what is Horeca?
Great question. See, Horeca store is derived from a term called Horeca, which is often used in our industry, which stands for hotels, restaurants, and cafe. So anything that comes into this particular segment of cooking, kitchen, restaurants, and cafe, catering companies, that all comes into Horeca sector.
Amazing. And why did you choose this particular name?
The main reason behind choosing this particular name, because we wanted to reflect our prime focus, our emphasis on this particular industry and covering this particular segment and solving the supply chain issues in this particular hospitality procurement.
So now, because I really want to understand more in order to help people get the idea, HorecaStore.ae. So are you an online store or like a traditional supply chain physical store? Can you help us understand more about it?
Okay, so let me tell you about what HorecaStore.ae is. HorecaStore.ae is the Middle East first and largest online marketplace tailored specifically for hotels, restaurants, and cafe, offering 40,000 products, over 500 different brands, from kitchen equipment to tableware and housekeeping to food and beverage. So we are trying to create a convenience, ease of operations, faster delivery for hoteliers, restaurateurs who are very busy in their operations serving customers. We are trying to help them serve their customer in a more efficient and a faster way.
This takes me to a question that is really interesting for the audience. So in the traditional way, usually restaurants or hotels, they have how many steps in order to reach the order level? Can you elaborate this more?
Sure. So, for example, if there's a procurement in hotel or if there's a procurement in restaurant, what normally happens is they will call suppliers, they will send an RFQ, like request for quotation, to the companies, to the suppliers, and then the suppliers will quote them, will give them quotation, and the procurement team will actually make the comparison. They will show to their general managers, and then general managers will approve them. They will make the purchase order, and then they will send the purchase order to supplier, and the supplier will give them pro forma invoice, and then the supplier will give them pro forma invoice, and the hotel or restaurant will make the payment. They will send the payment, and supplier will be able to deliver.
Wow.
So we are actually trying to cut all these processes and trying to make it very simpler in a way, like just on the basis of few clicks you'll be able to make a purchase through Horeca Store. Because see, a lot of hotels, because the hotels come with like millions of dollars of investment, so they can afford having such a big process and a lot of bureaucracies and protocols involved. But then when it comes to restaurants already struggling with a lot of operational costs, real estate, the rents, the employee costs. So we are trying to make it simpler. Instead of, a lot of people come to me and tell me, hey, you are doing a procurement job. No, we are not doing a procurement job. We love what procurement does. We are just trying to help procurement in an efficient way. Like they don't have to go through a process of until the comparison. I mean, you can create quotations on a website, you can create a comparison on a website, you can do a bulk purchasing on a website. Even though you can pay via checks, you can wire the bank transfer, you can do buy now pay later option. There are so many things that can be done only through a website. So we are giving them best of both worlds. Okay, the convenience of our online shopping with the traditional procurement practices.
With nearly 200 suppliers already catering to the restaurant industry, what makes you stand out and what gap are you filling that others are not?
Great question, Hiba. Look, the key difference with Horeca Store is convenience. Okay, I mean, people in today's world need convenience. They need faster delivery. They need comprehensive product range where they can find almost everything that they needed yesterday. They can find it, I mean, on our platform. So we're trying to create a value, not just in terms of cost, but in terms of convenience, in terms of customer service. Look, I'll give an example. When there's a restaurant who wants to buy something 12 in the midnight, okay, what are they going to do? Because that is the only time when the restaurant gets closed, and then they try to find out what is missing in their shelves, what is missing in their fridge. I mean, they need to come up with their missing items, and they need the delivery tomorrow. So they are not able to call anyone. I mean, whereas they can go to our online website and then they can buy, or they can chat to our customer service representative, they can send WhatsApp, or they can call our customer service staff who can actually help them navigate the menu. They can try to find the products online and then, place an order in just few clicks. They don't have to call anyone. So we are very much different from a traditional supplier, because we are trying to reduce the logistical nightmare of a restaurant here, where they don't have to call anyone, they don't have to message anyone, they don't have to send the PO, because all these things will take time, and then they will lose their customers. I mean, for example, look, if the customer comes in and then they don't have the supplies, or alternatively they are keeping a lot of stock and then they don't get the customers. So and how much restaurant waste, like almost daily, because of expired product, because of non-fresh items. So they are not able to cover up what they need until they see the flow of customers, like on a day-to-day basis. So that's where our online platform is designed for the ease of use, allowing Horeca customers allowing Horeca businesses to order what they need quickly and efficiently, saving them immense amount of time, reducing operational headaches of having or buying from different or multiple vendors.
So Noman, I'm understanding that Horeca Store is also buying from the same suppliers in the market. So I guess this might lead to higher costs, and maybe you might price more your product. So how would you ensure that you have still a competitive price for your consumers?
That's a valid concern, Hiba. But let me tell you, we try to negotiate our terms with the suppliers on the basis of a scale. Okay, we have, let's say right now we have like 1 million visitors on our website yearly. So that kind of a scale is not possible for a restaurant when they buy from a supplier. So let's say if a restaurant is buying like 5 cartons monthly for milk or cream cheese, whereas we are buying like 500 cartons from the same supplier. So definitely the prices are going to be different. A huge difference in terms of pricing. So we are trying to scale it up in a way that we give a huge scale to the supplier and then try to get more discounts and then pass on those savings to our customers. That's how we are trying to become very different. At the same time, we are not just comparing ourselves on the basis of pricing. We are comparing ourselves on the basis of we are giving them value for money in a way that we are giving them service, we are giving them customer service, we are giving them we are bringing more efficiency because they are buying online. And since we are an online website, we don't have a lot of overheads and expenses, so those savings are also passed on to the customer. So we are very competitive, and when they try to compare our pricing with traditional suppliers or suppliers who are actually, they give like small orders to suppliers, so they won't be having a competitive pricing from them. However, buying from our platform, it will lead them to huge savings because they don't have to order 10 different suppliers. They have to order from one. So, they can have everything into one order. They don't have to get it from 10 different suppliers and then, incurring a lot of cost in that.
So I understand that you are as if you are purchasing on behalf of all restaurants, all cloud kitchens, all hotels. So that's how I'm getting this idea.
That's how we try to scale it up. Okay. Because we are not just buying for one or two restaurants. We are buying for more than 30,000 Horeca businesses in UAE. Wow. So you can understand we have got 30,000 Horeca businesses in UAE, 55,000 restaurants in Saudi Arabia. We have got more than 200,000 Horeca businesses in GCC. So that's what we are trying to achieve, and when it comes to Horeca Store, we are actually trying to scale it up on the behalf of our restaurants and hotels, where they won't be able to give that kind of a scale to one particular supplier, and then we'll be able to give huge scales to that supplier.
So in this case, I understand that many suppliers could view themselves as competitors. So now, how can we help them or serve them understand that today there is a chance of partnership instead of seeing you as a rival?
This is a common misconception. In reality, we see supplier as a partner because we are giving them a wider audience to sell their product and then grow their business. Right now, there are more than 30,000 restaurants. No supplier will be able to cater those 30,000 restaurants. Okay, so we are trying to serve those customers through technology. So we are not a supplier, we are a technology company trying to create a marketplace integrating with our e-procurement tool. So we are not trying to serve, or we are not trying to service our customers through our inventory. We are getting the inventory from other suppliers. Right now we have like more than 500 on our platform. So we are trying to sell their inventory through our platform. That's all we are trying to do. So we never have planned to bring our inventory, or we never have planned to sell our own inventory. We are trying to do an integration job and trying to make it go wider through technology.
So, but on the way here, I've seen the physical store, like you have items in the store. So if you are saying that you are a technology company as a tool that will serve better your suppliers as partners, why do you have a physical store?
Okay, there are so many customers right now who wants to see the product before they buy it. Okay, like there are so many pre-opening restaurants, pre-opening cafe. They want to see how the Hamilton Beach blender works, or if they wanted to buy an equipment, they want to see how it looks like, what is the look and feel of a tableware, or how the placemat look like. So therefore they want to see the product. That is the only reason we have a showroom. We are having a showroom and we are not having our own inventory. That inventory, even in the showroom, is from suppliers. So we are not trying to become their competitor. We are just trying to service them in a more efficient way and then trying to help them reach that wider audience of theirs.
So do you mean that you can be an extension for every single supplier?
Exactly. I mean, you really caught my word. This is what we are trying to do, and we are trying to help our partners in a way that we are extension to their business and we are not their competitors.
I was just wondering about one point that's really important, because what I know from the market in general, that businesses, they don't buy stuff online, right? Do you agree with me?
Now it's changing. Okay, because when you compare with a traditional procurement, I understand they don't buy online because they have quite a process to follow, getting quotations from multiple vendors, seeing the samples, selecting the right supplier, and then making the purchase order, sending the purchase order, getting the credit, extended credit of like 60, 90 days. That is a normal practice in businesses. I understand that, but now the world is changing. Even in the procurement world, things are evolving and then replacing with the technology. So I would say so many people have actually come online and then trying to solve their procurement needs, or if they wanted to find an item they are not able to find offline, what are they going to do? They used to call suppliers, like 10, 12 suppliers, and then calling them and asking them, hey, do you have this item, or do you have that item? But it's changing now. They can come to an online store like us, write down in search bar what do they need, and then they can get maybe 120 option of that particular item. So they don't have to call the suppliers. You see now that 1 hour job has actually moved to like few seconds or few clicks. That's how the technology will actually evolve and change how the procurement worlds buy things today for the businesses.
And this, this is really amazing. If the companies themselves, they list you as a supplier. So where are we at this level? How can you go through this challenge and get listed? Because corporates, they always have their own policies, their own legal stuff, so they need to make sure that you are the right supplier listed in them in order to buy from you like they buy from other suppliers. So how would you convince them at this level to enlist Horeca as a solution at this stage in the world?
We streamline the procurement in a way that we try to create value for the business, try to create value for hotels, restaurants, catering businesses in a way that we are flexible when it comes to a traditional procurement practice, and we are so innovative when it comes to technology. So we are giving them best of both worlds. I mean, if you will ask me, Noman, how will they be able to see the sample? So we have like 24/7 customer service. Okay, they can get in call with them, they can send a WhatsApp, they can come to our website, and then they can ask them anything and everything what they wanted. We have technical data sheets available in our website. We have product photos, we have product videos, we have dimensions, we have product content, we have the brand, we have the pricing transparency that they won't be able to get it from buying from multiple vendors. Like, let's say for example, whatever the supplier gives you, because you are a very big scale restaurant, and then compared to what they are going to give to a smaller cafe shop, so there's a difference. So what we have trying to create is the value out of everything, creating transparency in terms of pricing, product availability. Now coming to the question, what about the sampling part? So we are trying to solve the sampling part in a way that we are giving them 14 days easy return and refund, no questions asked. We are very customer centric, that we have actually processed refunds for like 7,000 dirhams, 8,000 dirhams. We have processed refunds like in 14 days, 10 days sometimes. So we are kind of a way that we are giving them option not to waste time on sample. If you don't like it, you can simply go online. I mean, if you already have an account, just try to create refund. As simple as that. Nobody from our customer service will ask you questions. So this sampling thing, and then the time that we used to wait, or we have like option to come to our stores. Therefore, we have stores. We have our best sellers or our most popular product always in store. So you can see the product. I mean, in our stores in Dubai, we have a store in Oman, we have a store in Qatar, we are starting up in Jeddah, we are going to have a biggest store in Jeddah, even in US, Texas. So, you can go to those stores, try to see the product online, try to see the product in the store and then buy online.
Now, this makes me ask a very important question, which is the payment terms and conditions. So usually the cycle is 30 or 60 days. So how would you compete with this?
We offer more than 8 different payment options to our customers, including buy now pay later option. Like for example, if they don't have money, or if they don't have budget, they can buy now and then pay later. We are giving them option to pay via check, via credit card, or they can pay also via transfer. Even in certain cases, we are also tailoring our payment terms in terms of corporates. We are also tailoring our payment terms to match their needs of 60 and 90 days. we are doing that. I mean, in certain conditions, in certain cases. So we are kind of a company, as I told you in the beginning, we are kind of a company very flexible when it comes to Horeca. But then the way that the procurement used to buy and the way the future will make them buy, we are just trying to transform the industry in such a way that they come to a situation where they are very comfortable buying from an online platform.
That is really fantastic. And this takes me and reminds me of before I came here, I just checked the LinkedIn profiles of your personal profile and HorecaStore.ae LinkedIn profile. And it was really surprising to me to see you in Texas launching a new branch there. So when is this happening? Like, what happened? What is the story behind this photo?
Yes, Hiba, it is exciting for all of us. The move to the US was definitely a strategic one, and let me tell you, we participated in an exhibition with the name of National Restaurant Association. They have got 3,000 exhibitors, and we were one of them, and we are the only company from UAE.
Wow.
Okay, and I'm very glad to see this. I mean, we have seen a lot of companies starting from Dubai. They go to Saudi Arabia and MENA region, and then we participated in NRA, which is an exhibition for hospitality suppliers. We met we met almost 800 restaurators there, and then we showed them how the technology works and then what they can do from an online platform. They were very excited, and then they kept asking me, I mean, when are we launching? And then, so I'm very excited through your interview. I'm going to tell to all of our audience, we are launching our biggest store in Texas, which is starting as soon as like in August, and which is the major hub for our operations in US.
Wow.
So see, this expansion allow us to bring our unique value proposition to American restaurants. I mean, a lot of people ask me that, okay, we already have that kind of a concept available in US, but then they are not doing it, or it's not available with terms of like e-procurement tools like we have, creating a code, creating a comparison. I mean, you can lock the prices for 14 days and then you can come back to our platform and buy it. You can see the analytics. So these kind of things are not available right now in the US market, and we are the first one to bring it over there.
It's really an interesting interview, but now I have to move forward and go 5 years forward and ask you, how will you develop your business in the coming 5 years?
We have ambitious plans for Horeca Store. If you will ask me what is an immediate future for Horeca Store, so the first thing that I'm going to say you, we are actually preparing for our launch in September in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. So we are starting up our showroom, our website, our application. I mean, the team is working tirelessly to make it happen. We are doing that during the hotel show in Saudi Arabia. So we are kind of debuting in Saudi Arabia during the first day of the show. And Saudi Arabia is always a very attractive market, since a lot of developments being done at a governmental stage. A lot of hotels and restaurants are coming. A lot of F&B outlets are being opened in Saudi Arabia. So that's going to be a key market for us. Other than that, we are actually making a move in other GCC countries by letting them buy from HorecaStore.ae, and then we'll be able to deliver to places like Oman, Qatar, Kuwait, Bahrain, and then they'll be able to purchase online by the end of this month. We are going to start like at the end of let's say somewhere in June. They'll be able to purchase things online for the hotels, restaurant, cafes in those countries. Now, having said that, our goal is actually to continuously expand our supply chain, is to continuously expand our product range. I mean, right now we have like 40-50,000 products. So we wanted to scale it up to 200-250,000 products, and then giving them a wider option for our customers to purchase from. We wanted to bring cutting edge technology. I mean, whatever the e-procurement tools we have right now associated with the website, we actually want, I mean, you asked me one of the questions, what are we going to do? How how these corporates will buy from us. So there's one development in our technology. We are trying to incorporate an integration with current POS systems of the restaurants, where they don't have to come to our website in order to make a purchase. They can actually try to make a purchase through their POS. And they will know from our analytics like what is missing in their kitchen, what are they going to do, what do they need like after 1 week, what was their demand like just the last month, how much and what they need to purchase. It will actually help them, help them reducing their waste, planning their supplies more efficiently. So this is how we are going to enter into an corporate market.
Amazing. This is a tool to forecast
Exactly.
orders precisely. So now our beloved audience might be a hotel owner, a business owner, a restaurant owner, or even a person who is thinking of resuming their dreams in creating the restaurants. And they are thinking, how can we connect with Horeca stores? So what would you tell them?
I mean, it's very easy. They can come to the website, which is www.HorecaStore.ae. They can. We have a very amazing website where you can go to an option called Shop by Business. So if you're starting a cafe, if you're starting a coffee shop, if you're starting a restaurant, or even a hotel, or even a meat shop, you can select that, and then it will show you all the product that you actually want or you need in order to start that particular business in Horeca sector. Secondly, we have an option where you can actually go and create a quote yourself, or we have 24/7 dedicated customer service. You can go to the chat box, you can find them online all the time, or you can simply send us WhatsApp whatever you need, and then our AI will actually try to create a quote for you. So even for the corporate, if you want to create an account with us, we have our field sales staff who can actually come to you, explain you how the things work, how we can integrate HorecaStore with your current ERP system, and then we can give you credit lines if needed. At last, I also wanted to tell them, if you want to see the product, if you wanted to buy offline, you can also visit one of our stores available on our website. We have the locations available. You can come visit us anytime. You're more than welcome. You can see this. You can see the stuff. You can see it yourself how things work. Or if you need an education, how the machine works or how the equipment works, our expert team can actually guide you. Our technicians can guide you how it works, or how we can actually trying to bring more efficiency into your cooking and into your kitchen operations. We also have application available on iOS and Play Store. You can download an application with the name of Horeca Store, and then we have all the product available, which you can see on the website. You can actually try to see it on the application. For example, a lot of chefs, a lot of people working in the restaurant industry, they don't have laptop all the time, so they can simply download an app, and then they are on their toes all the time, so they don't have to really get to the website. So we have an application which is actually built just for the chefs.
Noman, I understand that now you have a vision and you are already working on that. However, I would like to understand your vision for the hospitality industry. Where is it going in the next 4 or 5 years?
The industry is evolving rapidly. We have seen a lot of changes in the past years, and then I think these changes will go into the future. The data says 70% of people these days in businesses, they search online but then buy offline. I think this paradigm will shift to a technology wherein a lot of businesses will be inclined to purchase online, because it will save a lot of time, their cost, and bring more operational efficiency to their businesses. I also foresee data-driven decision making will happen. The AI will create a lot of the role in creating, in making decisions, and then in reducing waste when it comes to restaurants, operations, and hotels. So these kind of things will actually change the way we look at the procurement in Horeca business these days.
So Noman, the last question for today. Because we are in UAE, this year is the extension of sustainability year. So how can I understand more how sustainable your business is from an environmental perspective?
It's a very good question, and I'm glad that you asked this. Sustainability is at the core of everything we do. I mean, it's at the core of our strategy from the day one. And to further this commitment, we are the first company, not just in UAE, even the whole world, hospitality supply business, came up with an initiative, in-house initiative, which is Planet 24/7. Planet 24/7 is an initiative by Horeca Store to capture the activities of our suppliers, their carbon footprints and our own carbon footprint in order to show it to the world, even the hospitality, not even for our customers and suppliers, but to all of our stakeholders and our investors, that we are very sustainable when it comes to environmental activities. Because businesses these days, it is not just to promote the business. I mean, it is our world. Nobody is going to save it, so we have to do it ourselves. We can't wait for someone else to do it, to do something for the global warming, to do something for the environment. So we have to do it. So even though when our business didn't get any traction, our business didn't have any visitor, but when we started all of this, and then we had this one thing in mind, that we want to create a separate channel for all the green suppliers. Everybody who's very environmentally conscious, everyone who's like, trying to create something in hospitality which is to save the planet, to become more conscious about the environment, about the green initiatives. So I'm very proud that we are one of the companies of its kind who have actually done that, an in-house initiative. We have our own sustainability manager who is actually very involved. She's involved in a lot of these activities of our own. Where do we really save paper, technology? Where do we spend on saving from single packaging to bulk packaging in order to make sure that we are sustainable with all of our initiatives? So through Planet 24/7, we are not just helping, we don't have anything in return. We are just trying to help our customers reduces their carbon footprint. And that is the reason we are involved in selecting the green supplier and making them fall into that category towards different quality measures, and then seeing the accreditations of theirs with their with environmental agencies, and make sure that they incorporate sustainable initiatives in their manufacturing and logistic process. So we move the hospitality to a more greener hospitality world.
Noman, our time is up. However, we are not done yet. Still, we need one advice for Khaleej Times audience, please, from you.
Passion with hard work makes the real business. You should be passionate about what you do, and then bring it with hard work, and talent will actually make you a real businessman, and then will give you profits, and then as well as solving a bigger purpose in life.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.